The Rings of Power, or as we call it around here, the Rings of Cringe, has terrible writing. The dialogue is bad, the characters have no character, and everybody insists on making stupid decisions time and time again. But my main takeaway from Rings of Cringe episode 6 is the importance of pacing. So, for the uninitiated, pacing in the context of stories is the rate of progress of the plot, how quickly the important events of the story occur. And while good pacing can be somewhat important for films, pacing is especially crucial for long-form media such as TV shows or miniseries, because you have hours and hours of runtime and it needs to flow well or people will begin to tune out. So hold on to your hats, because in this video we're going to be taking a deep dive into the pacing of the Rings of Power, and we're going to find out why exactly its pacing sucks. There are 4 plotlines going on at the same time in the first 2/3 of this season. Plotline number 1 has She-Elf attempting to raise a force to fight Sauron. Plotline number 2 has Discount Legolas investigating the presence of orcs in the Southlands. Plotline number 3 has Discount Elrond working with the dwarves to construct a forge. And plotline number 4 has a bunch of discount hobbits traveling around with a hobo who's probably supposed to be Gandalf. And if you're wondering why I'm calling the character named Galadriel She-Elf, you can watch this video in the top right. Anyway, let's break down these plotlines, shall we? And we're going to do it in reverse order because reasons. Plotline number 4 is a complete and utter waste of space and time. I mean, nothing has actually happened here, and the season's 2/3 over. There isn't a lore-related reason for this plotline to exist. There isn't a thematic reason. There isn't even an "it's interesting" reason. It's just there, killing the pacing of the slightly better plotlines. Plotline 3 is a little better, although it's still pretty bad. There's some tension going on, if only because most of the audience knows that there's something really nasty in the mines, and it's only a matter of time before it shows up. And the pacing of plotline number 3 is mediocre. But compared to plotline number 4, it's terrific. As in each time we visit this plotline, things happen and it feels like the story is actually progressing, which should be, of course, the bare minimum. Plotlines 1 and 2 really need to be talked about together now that they've merged, and this is the point in episode 6 that I realized I needed to make this video. So, while episodes 1 through 5 slowly built on She-Elf and Discount Legolas' stories, although not well, episode 6 rushed and ended those plotlines. You see, in episode 6, She-Elf teleported from Numenor to the Southlands with an army, and she destroys a host of orcs and captures their leader Adar, while also in episode 6, the Southlands are destroyed and they start to be transformed into Mordor. So, my question is, now what? I mean, where do plotlines 1 and 2 go from here? Much like how She-Elf was obscured from view by that pyroclastic flow, I really can't see where the story can organically go from here in the remaining 2 episodes. And to be clear, the eruption of Mount Doom is great, but it would make infinitely more sense to happen in the season finale. We already know season 2 is confirmed, so the writers don't risk anything by this, and it would keep people awake until season 2 rolls around. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon.